This conference will now be recorded.
Okay, the time is 12:04. Let's call the meeting to order. Roll call.
Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez.
Present.
Mayor David Suarez.
Here.
Jim Darling. Here. Mayor Norma Sepulveda. Here. Judge Aurelio Guerra. Commissioner David Garza. Commissioner Eli Torres. Commissioner Mayor Garza.
Present.
Mayor John Cohen.
Present.
Officer. Councilman Johnny Garcia.
Present.
Okay, thank you. Mayor Javier Villalobos.
Present.
Mayor Oscar Montoya. Thank you, sir. Commissioner Avian Flores.
Present.
Thank you, sir, for being here. Mayor Gus Olivares. Commissioner Edward Gonzalez. Thank you, sir. Mayor Rick Guerra. Commissioner Marco Villegas. Mayor Alma Salinas. Ms. Veronica Gonzalez. Mr. Paul Hernandez. Mr. Luke Lucio for TSTC. Mr. Troy Allen. Mr. Ron Mills. Mr. Eleazar Garcia Jr. Mr. Sergio Contreras.
Here.
Thank you. Ms. Lupita Martinez.
Here.
And going back up, I see Judge Guerra is present online.
Yeah.
And in addition to that, for the general membership, we also have present Ms. Ann Cass as a member at large, and the City of La Villa, Commissioner Betty Rodriguez. We have a quorum of both the general membership and the board of directors.
Great. Thank you. First and foremost, John, welcome. Nice to see you again. Different hat, but nice to see you, sir. Welcome. Also, I think there's a party in Harlingen coming up. Isn't there or something?
Yes, there's a party, State of the City, June 15th. Everyone's welcome.
There you go. So make sure we clarify that. Great. Okay, let's stand up for invocation. All right. Dear Lord, bless us as we gather here today to conduct business that will affect the citizens of the Rio Grande Valley. Give us the clarity of mind to act in their best interests, not our own. We ask that you bless our speakers and that you would bless our time together here today. May we grasp those things that you want us to understand, and may our actions and our attitudes please you this day. We pray these things in your almighty name, Jesus Christ. Amen. Pledge allegiance. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible. Okay, we're going to go a little bit loud. We're going to go out of order for a minute. Ms. Gonzalez, do you have anything you want to share with us? Orega, I'm going to give you a mic.
Oh, thank you. I thought I would scream a little bit and take out my frustrations on the legislative session ending and starting up again right away. No, I'm kidding. So I'm on the Connect Texas Regional Working Group, and they're working with the State Broadband Office in trying to really determine what the needs are all across the state for internet service, right? And I think if we rely on the federal maps, we know they're not accurate as to who has access to broadband, who does not. And then also there's so much more. There's digital skills, there's cybersecurity training. There's all kinds of things that the state wants to know if people are aware of. And so there's a short survey. It's about 10 minutes. I know Debbie had sent an email to you guys, but I brought I'm going to pass these out. They've got a QR code where if you just scan the QR code, it will take you to the survey. And then if you want to scan it and send it by email, you can send it to your folks. will also be able to take the survey. It's really critical for South Texas especially because I know there's been a great effort by many cities. I know FAR has led it and Brownsville has as well. And other cities are working very, very well trying to get their own internet service up. But there's a tremendous need across the state and especially in South Texas to make sure that we have fast speed internet available to people. So if you'll take the survey and if you'll get your staff, your employees, your everybody that you know to take it as well, let's get well represented and let's get our voice heard. So I'll pass these out to you. Thank you.
Thank you, Veronica. We're going to put it up on our website also, so it'll be available to the public.
The survey is with Connect Texas, which is working with the state broadband office. Yes.
The local, regional. Yes. Very nice.
Well, and they're all going to the same, I think, to the same office, which is gathering all the information and making sure that when they're putting together the map, that they have more accuracy on the map, and then also trying to figure out the needs. The cool thing on this survey too, and I don't know if the one you took is the same one, but it can test your internet service, right? So you can, the speed of your service. So when you do it, you find out, sometimes you think you have really fast speed internet, and then you do the survey and you go, well, maybe not as fast as I thought, but. So it's a great one, but please pass the word on and I'll pass these out.
If you want to test your speed, you got to do it from your house. But we know it's slow, so whatever. You can duplicate it. But yes, it'd be great if everybody did it for your own benefit. Is that it, Veronica? Okay. Going back to our agenda, Professor.
Okay, item number 2 is consider approval of January 25th, 2023 meeting minutes.
Great. So everybody had a chance to look at the minutes. Any corrections, additions, deletions? Any motion?
Move to approve.
Second. Who made the motion? Who made the first motion? Oh, got it. Sorry. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed?
Aye.
Thanks. Item 3.
Item number 3 is a report on cognizance results to seat the new board members. As you know, I wish every month could be election day because that's when I get everybody at the meetings, right? So, but no, May is, as you know, is board elections. So after polling all members within their respective categories, caucusing took place on Tuesday, May 16, and Thursday, May 18. The special government units, medium cities, educational institutions, and small cities. Additionally, the grassroots organization conducted their meeting as well on their own and provided us with the results. As you can see on the board, those are the slate of members that were selected from the various entities. And so this is just a status report for the board, so you all can be aware of what's coming on, who's not to these sections of the board.
Is this informational?
It's
Not an action item, correct?
Correct.
So everybody have any comments? Any concerns?
Yes, this is Lupita Sanchez. I have a comment on the institution I represent. It's Voter Workers United, not Proyecto Juan Diego anymore.
Is this on the list?
Yes, on the very bottom, on the grassroots organizations.
We just need to correct the.
Yes, please.
Anybody-
It's been a year since I haven't been part of. So it's Voter
Yeah,
Workers. Thank you.
Yes, Ms. Sanchez, thank you.
Thank you. Anybody else? No? Move on to item number 4.
Item number 4, act on recommendation of nominating committee.
The nominating committee, for the purpose of recommending for vote 5 members at large to serve on the general membership. The nominees were as follows: Ms. Ann Cass, McAllen, Hidalgo; Mr. David Pinoli, McAllen, Hidalgo; Mayor Pro Tem Renee Estrada, Combs Cameron; and Jim Darling, McAllen, Hidalgo, with one vacancy, with maybe the intent of taking a nomination at this meeting if it's appropriate.
Absolutely. We're at the discretion of the board. Does the board have any recommendations for the fifth slot? Anybody want to make a nomination? Any volunteers?
Yeah, I'd like to recommend Roy Rodriguez, City Manager, McAllen.
I'll second.
Rick also one that should be recommended.
I can't hear
Recommendation for Rick, the previous member of Lyford.
you. Okay. So we have two. Okay, we have Roy, right, Rodriguez, and I'm sorry, what's the name?
Rick.
Oh, Rick.
Salinas.
Rick Salinas. Okay. They both have been second. Both, yeah.
If it pervert, you would vote on the first four and then vote between Roy and Rick.
I agree.
Somebody make a motion for the first four?
Anybody want to make a motion to accept the first four? Thank you, Commissioner. Thank you, Mayor. Any discussion? I was all in favor? Opposed? It passes. Thank you. First four. Okay, now we need to make a determination between Mr. Roy Rodriguez and Rick Salinas. Okay?
Do by show of hands?
Yeah. We need,
Yes.
yeah, they can raise their hand too. We can see them. Oh, wait, we are callers, right? No, I'm
Yes.
saying for the vote. We're trying to see that if they can participate, but someone on the phone. So,
Yes, okay, so we have two nominees, Roy Rodriguez from City of McAllen and Rick Salinas. And so at this time, raise your hands if.
where are you from? Which area?
Lyford.
Lyford, okay.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, no, I'm just looking at the slate of, yes. Yes, sir. There is, right?
Yes.
Yes, there is, sir.
I would like to pull my nomination from my.
Okay, so you want to withdraw from this one then? Okay, okay.
Then we vote on Mr. Rodriguez?
Who's that guy?
I don't know, someplace in the eastern part of Cameron County.
We'll see. Okay, second, all in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. So he's on board, Roy Rodriguez. Congratulations to him. All right.
Then under item 4, Mr. President, the next one is act on recommendations from the nominating committee for the slate of officers for the 2023-2024 term. The nominations as presented by the nominating committee for President, Mayor David Suarez; Vice President, Mayor Norma Sepulveda; Second Vice President, Judge Arroyo Guerra; Second Vice President, Mayor Nori Gonzalez Garza; Treasurer Jim Darling; and immediate past President, Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez.
Second.
Any discussion? Yes,
I move and want to comment on that.
sure.
I was not able to be present at that meeting because I wanted to make sure not to be included in this group.
You did not want to be included.
Right. But I think that there's a person that just got elected to office in Brownsville, that is the mayor of Brownsville. I asked him to see if he would like to be part of that group. I think Brownsville is the largest city in Cameron County. And it would seem to me that we want to be as inclusive as possible in being on board. I know the comments we made last year when we came on were pretty much the same. Moving up and we were able to get you on it. You've been a great addition. I would anticipate no less in the town. And I would hope that these be considered by this group for involvement in this arena. Representative area.
Sure. Well, we have a first and a second. Somebody has to withdraw their nomination, or we proceed and they either pass it or fails. We have a motion on the table. So either somebody withdraws or we vote on it and it passes or fails. Because we have a first and a second already. So does anybody want to change their mind? Otherwise, we have to vote. Yeah, because somebody first and second already. No? Okay. We got a vote. We'll call the vote, sir.
So to consider him, we have to deny the motion.
Well, there's a motion and there's a second. So either somebody changes that, right? Withdraws it if they accept it. Remember, somebody has to accept it, whoever made it. There you go.
To replace Mayor Cowan as treasurer.
Okay.
And there's a second, right?
And you're good. You were good with that, right? That amendment? Okay. Any further discussion? What? Say it now.
Well, I've been on the board for 16 years. This last year, I've chaired 6 of the meetings.
Mhm.
And so I still like to be involved with the Council of Governments for another year, but I plan to retire after this year. But, you know, I'm still pretty active with the Council of Governments, so.
You still would be involved.
Yeah.
So I don't know how this would work, but I wanted to stick to my second that included Mr. Carlin. So I don't know if I could just pull my second and make it over again, but because he made the motion, I second the motion as it
Oh,
was.
but you can withdraw your
Yeah.
second, but we're going to start again. Right, Counselor? We're going to start again.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're withdrawing your second? Okay. Let's reshuffle the deck again. Okay, so,
I have no problem. I wish somebody would have called me first. It'd been nice to extend that courtesy, Commissioner.
I figured that person would be extended to the largest city. Ray was on.
Yeah.
Okay, he was part of that group, part of the executive committee. The years he was there, if he was moving on up, it would have been just as easy to replace him with a new mayor. Get into the issue, for example, McAllen, Brownsville, the time of day, that's what I was trying to get to. It makes it difficult.
yeah,
Mayor Cowan,
we understand.
you would willingly accept the responsibility.
Yeah, no, they don't pay more than that. That's it. Who? Yes, they go. This one.
Sure. Okay. So, yeah. Oh, I think we can solve it. Hold on. How about I make a motion that we accept the slate that is, except remove myself and put John in my place, if that's acceptable to the board. Yeah. Okay. I know, but is it a bylaw that we can't? Because
It's not, I mean, these positions are the way they are, but there's no specific guidance on, because that's me and Debbie.
it's not a bylaw.
Yeah, it's not
That's my motion.
guidance. There's no
Do you have a
guidance.
second? John, you good with that? Great. All right. Any further discussion?
Hold your motion, sir.
So,
We'll accept the slate the way it is, except delete me and put him in my place,
okay.
in my position.
Question, could it be third vice president?
Sure, whatever. I don't care, but I don't care. He cares about titles. I don't care about titles. He should participate in the board. That's our point. Titles, money viene. Right? So we have a second already. Any discussion? Please. All in favor? Opposed? Passes. Welcome, sir.
So
Right.
just for our clarification, the slate of the executive committee would be Mayor Suarez as president, first vice president, Norma Sepulveda, second vice president, Nora Garza. The secretary would be Judge Guerra from Valencia County. Treasurer would be Jim Darling. And then immediate past president would be John Cohen.
So now we have Cameron and Elijah. Better representation. All right, fine. Is that it?
Yes.
Okay, item 5, new or unfinished business. Anybody? No? Okay. Do a motion for adjournment?
So move.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passed. We're adjourned. The time being 12:24. Thank you, everybody.
Going to the
I know. We'll go to the next meeting. All right. Let's call the meeting to order. Our LRGV Council meeting. Time being 2:25. Roll call.
Roll call has been taken.
Sorry.
Ms.
Yes, ma'am. Okay. So do we have to invocation pledge allegiance all over again? So we're good there? All right. Item 2, consideration and action on approval of minutes dated April 26, 2023. I don't know if everybody has a chance to review the minutes. Any corrections, deletions, or
Motion to approve.
updates? No? Move to approve. Okay. You have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you. Public comments?
none.
Item 4, administration. Professor, that's you.
Consideration and action on recommendation from nominating committee, selection of 5 persons for election as members at large to the general membership. And as you can see, we have, first one is Ms. Helen Ramirez from Brownsville, Mr. Chris Gonzalez from Mission, Mr. Sergio Contreras from Mission, and Mr. Eleazar Garcia from Ravenville, with 1 vacant slot.
That's the one you want, right?
And
Okay.
that vacant slot will be filled, if approved today, by Rick Salinas from Lyford.
Okay. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
It passes. Welcome, Rick, once again, and everybody else. Yes. Next.
The next item is the selection of the 3 at-large members to be elected to the 2023-24 Board of Directors. As you can see from the screen, the 3 have been selected, and they are Mr. Jim Darling from Hidalgo County, McAllen, Mr. Eleazar Garcia from Ravenville, Willacy County, and Ms. Ann Cass from McAllen from Hidalgo County.
Okay. This is an action item?
Yes.
Okay. Have a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? It passes. Thank you. Next. Executive?
The next item, well, before I move on to Executive Director's report, we have some board recognition. So the first member we'd like to recognize is previous Mayor Trey Mendez. Unfortunately, he couldn't be here with us today, but he extends his thank you and Godspeed on future endeavors for the Board of Directors. We did get him a plaque, which I will deliver personally if I can find him. So I'll make sure that he gets this information.
Is that being presented to him personally or to the city of Brownsville?
To him personally,
Got it.
for his tenure here at the LRGVDC Board of Directors.
Okay, great. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Okay, for the next presentation, Mayor Ambrosio Hernandez, front and center, please.
¿Y eso?
Mayor, as we do for the ongoing president, we do take the liberty to present a plaque because you were a president of the Board of Directors this year. And so from me and the LRGVD staff, and I think all of us here, we'd like to thank you for your leadership, your hard work, dedication, for being a part of this board and for steering us in the right direction each and every day throughout the months that you served as Board of Director or LRGVDC Board President. So I just want to sincerely thank you for your leadership, hard work.
To my colleagues, thank you very much. To the staff, great job as always. I know sometimes as when whoever sits in that chair, it doesn't matter who it is. Sometimes you're a good guy or a bad guy or a lady, whichever it is, right? But at the end of the day, you do what's best for the organization. And thank you for the wonderful job Mr. Cruz, everybody's doing here. And I look forward to being a regular board with you guys. Thank you. Moving on, next item, sir.
Next item, Executive Director's Report. Just wanted to briefly, I know Ms. Gonzalez already briefed most of you, all of you, on the survey that's being presented. But just wanted to take this opportunity to let you all know that our region has been designated as a South Texas Regional Working Group. As you can see on the map on the screen, those are the cities that are represented. If you can see South Texas at the bottom, all that blue shaded area is part of the South Texas Regional Working Group. What that means is that, moving on to the next slide, these are the representatives, the committee members that currently sit on this committee. The LRGVDC, myself, has been appointed as co-chair. Coastal Bend, the Economic Development Director, is the chair for this group. And so as you can see to the far right, a Y in those shaded areas, those are the members that have confirmed and are part of this group. What I'm asking you here today, if you go to the next slide, is to ask for participation from anybody that would want to join this group. And this group has been slated to take on the 2021 Infrastructure Investment and Jobs Act, basically implementation of broadband with millions of dollars that are coming down the pike here in the near future. And so if you're interested, or not necessarily you, but if you have some subject matter experts that would want to be part of this, such as your IT folks or whoever you want to appoint, they need to contact me so we can get them on the list so they can be members of the South Texas Working Group as part of the committee. And so right now we're working to develop the first meeting, working on the agenda that's coming up. And so we are going to have at least one meeting per or two meetings per region, and that will be decided here in the near future. As you can see, all the service area is quite large, from Eagle Pass down to Brownsville up to Corpus Christi, and so we, at a minimum, must have two meetings within the region to address some items that are coming down from the broadband office, development office. So you don't have to give me the names right now, but send me an email, mcruz@lrgvdc.org, with the names, the name of the individual organization, their email, and phone number.
Okay. Thank you, sir. Next item, sir.
The other item, I won't go into that much detail because it pretty much has to do with the bills. We've been forwarding all the bills for this past legislative session, so feel free to look at those emails that we sent to you. So next item I wanted to address is we received a total of 6 new staff members. Mr. Cesar Merla, he's the assistant director. Mr. Tom Logan, if that name rings a bell or you're familiar with that, Mr. Tom Logan is back. So we're very glad to have him back. He's now the director of Valley Metro. So thank you for that. Mr. Hector Martinez in Valley Metro, John Gonzalez, Valley Metro driver, Juan Murillo, and Alfredo Sanchez is also the in Valley Metro. And so the next topic is the elected officials reception and regional projects workshop. So I want to thank first and foremost the RORAC, the LRGVDC Board of Directors, the Stormwater Task Force, our sponsors, COSTEP, GM Guzman and Munoz, MGV Marty Garcia, Vela Attorney at Law, Island Metro, and LRGVDC staff, AAA Community Economic Development, and RGV 911 District. And so last week we had this event. It was well represented. So I want to thank all the elected officials that took part. And in particular, I do want to thank Commissioner Garza and Jim Darling for coming up with this great idea. And so we did have a reception the night prior on the 23rd last week, followed by the next day from 8 to 1 with lunch included. And so we had a long list of presentations, real brief, quick lightning rounds of all the projects dealing with flooding that are going on throughout the region. So a wealth of information, useful information. And so, you know, Mayor Commissioner Garza, turn the floor over to you if you want to say some comments, or Jim Darling.
Well, the alcohol was your idea. No, it was really a good presentation. We had the chairman of the Texas Water Development Board there, and the chairman of the Public Utility Commission there. So I think that really showed that it was a serious event. And so, and land commissioners there too. So very well attended, both at the state level and certainly local level. Commissioner, great speakers, a lot of information. Hopefully we'll take that back and as a learning and put some of those things into fruition.
I'd just like to point out a picture there on the lower left-hand corner, as we're looking at it. You see
Judge Guerra.
I'm sorry, Judge Guerra on the left there. And he's got a bottle of Tito's going like this. And that's what he was inviting everybody out. Have a drink.
Not true.
Yeah.
So,
Judge Guerra, you want to comment?
Yeah, I was gonna say, I don't know if you can hear me. Can you hear me?
because it was
I guess I'm mute.
challenging ways how we're gonna be able to move forward on that particular task that was presented to you all. Everyone here listened to the opportunity that we had, and it worked out well. The money that was given to the council by the American Flood Coalition was very well spent, in my opinion. They were extremely happy with the partnership that they formed with the council of governments, and potentially using the same concept in other areas of the state. Most of the time, they go to a specific group instead of using a council to reach many different municipalities or entities at one time. And I think they have about 6 members of the group down here, subject matter experts in different areas themselves. But the most important thing is they learned about the needs of South Texas, what we are doing. Sometimes we surprise people. A few of your projects are like at the top of the list in your town because you have them shovel ready. And I think that's where we all need to be. And many other people have shovel ready projects, but they're just not yet on the list that needs to be added. On the FIF list.
Okay.
The FIF, the flood infrastructure group that we have that works with the RERAC committee, they just got funded in this legislative session, $625 million more dollars to add to the $1 billion plan in the next 5 years. And there's money there. Just like the broadband, I think they got $1.5 billion approved by the state before they ended their sessions for broadband connectivity. So there's money's out there. We just need to have only projects.
Wonderful news. Thank you, Commissioner. Yes, sir. Thank
I
you.
think Judge Guerra wants to comment.
Yeah, I just
Judge
want to say that I don't know if you all can hear me. It's not true, Commissioner Garza.
I think you're muted, sir.
Am I mute?
You get closer to the mic.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and I don't know if you can listen to me. But anyway, we had a great time. I did win an ice chest that happened to have had an alcohol bottle in there. So thank you very much. I enjoyed it, and it was a great idea, both Mayor Darling and Commissioner Garza. And also, I think it was very well scheduled and a good planning. So I think it's the beginning of something for the future here. That's my opinion.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you. And just one last comment. The American Flood Coalition, this is not just one visit. One visit time. Is they're committed to coming back and engaging with the stakeholders and provide technical assistance. I'm not sure about funding, but I hope the funding is there. But for sure, technical assistance moving forward on projects such as flooding preparedness or awareness type of project. So we're looking forward. They've already contacted me when they want to schedule the first meeting with a few folks. So that's coming up pretty soon. So just keep an eye out for that. That's it.
Okay, sir. Thank you. Item 5.
Item 5 is
Department reports.
Department reports. Community Economic Development. First action item is consideration and action to approve professional services agreement for Economic Development Administration grant administration. Staff requesting approval of the attached agreement by and between the Lower Rio Grande Valley Development District and Harlingen EDC. LRGVDC will provide grant administration services specific in Part 1 or Part 2 scope of services. The contract or agreement is attached. We're asking, staff recommends approval. We're asking for your approval. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to answer.
Okay. Everybody had a chance to review it. If not, question concerns, otherwise we need a motion to approve.
So move.
Second. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?
Aye.
It passes.
Second item, I just wanted to update everybody on the status of the economic recovery and resiliency plan.
Mhm.
As you are aware, back in December of 2021, the LRGVD issued a request for proposals to identify a professional consultant firm to complete the economic recovery and resiliency plan. Tom P. Miller and Associates was hired to complete the plan. With funding support from Federal Economic Development Administration via the CARES Act Recovery Assistance Grant to help the region respond to the COVID-19 pandemic and other disasters. The scope of work outlined in the plan was to enable the LRGVDC to develop a recovery and resiliency plan that will help the region anticipate, mitigate, and respond to future economic disruptions. And so this is a completion of the plan, and we're providing it for just a status update. And so we will be using this in conjunction with our upcoming SEDS, our comprehensive economic development strategies, as required by EDA. So we'll be using this in conjunction to develop that SEDS plan. So just an update for everybody to be aware.
Okay. Anybody have any questions, concerns? Mr. Cruz? No? All right.
And the reports are in your packets, your tablets for community economic development. We can move on to the next
Next
item.
item. You're getting program status reports or,
Item B, Health and Human Services.
okay, Health and Human Services?
Afternoon, everyone, and
Hi.
congratulations on all the new elected officials. Welcome back to those who are coming back. And thank you to everyone who is not going to be accompanying us every day. Thank you so much for being here. I do have an action item. Last year, in October 26 of 22, the board approved extending the contracts for an additional year for our subrecipient accounts. We were able to get that because we needed time to get up to date with the new requirements from Office of Aging. The time has come for us to get ready for the new timeline, and our action item is regarding that. Consideration and action to approve subrecipients' request for proposals timeline for fiscal year 23 through 24.
Okay, it's an action item, so I need a motion for approval. Thank you. Second. Any discussion? All in favor? Opposed? It passes.
Regarding updates on aging, we are very happy to say that we got notification that we are now second in the state of Texas providing specialized services for our veterans. Now, a year ago, we had no services, no specialized services. With our timeline, all of our clinics, veteran fair, we reached second place in 1 year. So we're happy to announce that. Also, we've been able to help 169 families today, as of today, 169 families in residential repairs. We are close to completing using the almost $500,000 that we had. And we did that in just 1 quarter. So very happy to announce that. And we no longer have a waiting list for transportation services. So that's what we have. Our updates for the rest of our programs are in your packet. So if you have any questions, I'll be happy to answer those.
Just wanted to thank you our veterans. I don't know if you know this, but per capita, we have the most veterans in the state, and they're here living in the Rio Grande Valley.
We have a large population of veterans. The challenge was identifying them, getting them to come out to take advantage of their services. And we have a lot of young veterans that have no idea that they also qualify for a lot of the services that we have in the Valley. We had a great kickoff. We started collaborating with all of the coalitions. So we brought them all together here in this room, and that's how we started working together. Because the key is awareness. If you don't know what's out there, you don't know what you don't know. So what we did was bring everybody together here and then holding them accountable to participate and work together in outreach activities. And we've been very successful doing that. So I also, before I step down, I want to thank Mr. Cesar Merla, who is now Assistant Director of Homeland Security Criminal Justice. He was a key player in aging, helping us get this project off the ground. So he's no longer with my team, but I want to go ahead and say thank you for his efforts because he is a veteran and he gave it all he had while he was in my team.
Great. Thank you for service.
Thank you. We're good?
Thank you, Ms. Lopez. Yes. Okay. Public safety?
Yes, good afternoon, Mr.
Wait,
President.
weren't you the guy that just recognized?
I was.
It was you, right?
Yes, sir. Good afternoon, Mr. President, Board of Directors. I am Cesar Merla, the new Assistant Director for Public Safety and Homeland Security. As Ms. Lopez mentioned, I am a veteran, 10 years Army veteran. I was a captain.
Wonderful.
And now I bring my expertise here. Not much of action items for this go around. The biggest thing that I just want to highlight is the cybersecurity workshop that we had. We had a total of 65 cybersecurity IT professionals gathered here in this room, bringing awareness and highlight to the importance of cybersecurity. As we all know, AI, artificial intelligence, is really becoming a thing throughout the region, throughout the nation, throughout the world. So the more informed we can be, the better, especially the way that the world is turning at this point. Right now, our staff, well, my staff is in the TDM conference right now in Dallas. I'll be joining them later this afternoon. And that is all I have. Any of your questions? Thank you.
Any questions with the captain? No?
Thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Thank you for your service and welcome, sir.
Welcome to
Thank you,
the
sir. Appreciate
position.
Yes, thank you. Okay, transportation?
Good afternoon. Tom Logan. Happy to be back. For Valley Metro status report, real quick, ridership report for April of 2023 is 63,632 passengers, a slight increase from previous month. A year to date, 474,000 passengers have been transported via public transportation. The Regional Transportation Advisory Panel activities, we continue to meet with our stakeholders to discuss our 5-year plan, the recommendations that are within. Public outreach, staff has been visiting different cities throughout our service area. We visited Donna, Harlingen, and McAllen, informing people of the public transportation services that are available throughout the valley, not only Valley Metro, but McAllen, Brownsville, South Padre Island, and the works. If there's any questions, thank you.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Yes.
Glad
Thank you,
to be
sir.
back.
Appreciate it. Is that it? Item 6 now? Right? Okay, so item 6, anybody have new or unfinished business? Wait, I forgot Andrew. Sorry, man. You're so tiny. I didn't see you.
You know where you're
Stop
at?
losing weight, sir.
Didn't
Oh,
recognize
that's
you.
what it is.
Didn't
The hat.
recognize you without
Of
the hat.
all the mayors in the room. Really? Good afternoon, board members. I was gonna say you saved the best for last, but I guess not. This afternoon, just a heads up, if you have not submitted your TASA or Transportation Alternative grant program that we have open, today is the deadline. So it is at 5 o'clock today. So please get that to us so that we have that timestamp by close of business today. It is a $9 million program. I know that Eva and Melanie have been working very diligently to help out some of your staff. So we're very excited about the opportunities availing themselves through the TASA program. And another program that we have that's pretty exciting is that this afternoon, the board will be taking under consideration a new carbon reduction program that we have through the transportation bill, which is for non-added capacity projects. So we'll be asking the board to take some action on that this afternoon. It's $26 million over the next 4 years. So we're pretty excited about that as well. Some of it's for truck parking, the trail systems, things like that, as long as it's not added capacity, is to try to overall reduce the carbon footprint that we have in the way of transportation. So we're very excited about that. The money has a little bit of a shorter time frame, but we're working with the local governments on the listing that we have and the projects that we're looking at for consideration are ready to go. So we feel very comfortable with the idea of moving forward with the list that we have today. And Alex Mead, our new
Yes.
transportation commissioner,
Yes.
we'll be having a meet and greet tomorrow at TxDOT, 2 to 4 at the FAR district office. I'll be sure to mention that this afternoon as well, but if you can make it to that, I think it's a great opportunity for us to finally, or for us to meet our commissioner from the RGV. It's been a long time coming. So
Who was the last one?
There we go.
That's right.
I'm not
It's been
that
a
old,
while.
Mayor. I couldn't tell you. This,
Right.
Yeah. Was.
Had his own firm. Yeah.
Sorry, Andrew, go ahead.
no, that's all I got unless there are any questions.
Oh, thank you. Thank you for bringing those topics up because I know you're always out there, hitting the pavement, looking for money for the RGV.
I'm trying, sir.
The
I'm trying
MPO, so we
diligently.
appreciate it.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
MPO at 1:30.
We do. So,
Right,
Jim?
Region M report, a little good news. In the first time in the year, we're over last year's levels. We've been going down for 12 months, and we now have 29.81% of our water in the reservoir. Most cities, I think they're one of their steps for conservation is 30%, so we're almost over there. I might point out, even with these numbers, Mexico still has not paid us any water in this new cycle, so they're 17 months behind. And if you look at their reservoirs, most of the reservoirs are over 90%. So, in Mexico.
Wow.
One of the speakers that we had at the conference last week,
Mhm.
was the IBWC commission. It was down there. In that garden.
Mhm.
And she stayed with us for like 3 hours at a round tables after the discussion, speeches that she made to the whole group as a whole. And extremely informative and a very interesting approach into dealing with the water issues versus what historically in the past. Hopefully see a little more action.
Okay. Thank you, sir. And now moving on to item 6, correct? Does anybody have any new business or old business? Because I do. So I want to make sure I give everybody a chance. No? Okay. Mr. Cruz, by Monday, no later, I'd like for you to provide me a written report on any staff changes that have occurred in the last 6 months, whether it's promotions, demotions, or transfers. And do any legal cases out there pending before I check off, right? 'Cause I want to make sure I sign everything out that I need to. I want to leave a clean slate for the new president. So any personnel issues, please have it on my desk by Monday at 5 o'clock. Okay? Does anybody else have any other issues? No? This Monday. ¿Qué pasa? Yes. There's only one coming up. The one already passed. Okay? Do you have a motion for adjournment? Second, Commissioner. All in favor? Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody. Time is 12:52.